magical. But first, let's get this fixed.
AAA, your membership to go.
Rain, rain, go away. Come again to the Kgpe Palace the first 3 Fridays and Saturdays in April. It's a rainfall of riches where you could be showered with your share of over $200,000 in cash. Play with your Premier Club card, earn 100 points, and you could be drawn to win up to $5,000 in cash. Get soaked with cash in Rainfall of Riches. Only at the Kgpe Palace Casino Resort in Lemoore.
Hey, let's go somewhere fun with AAA. Let's go for a night on the town. No kids. Let's go for a weekend away. Okay, let's bring the kids. But first, let's get this fixed.
AAA, your membership to go.
Eye on Ag on Eyewitness News and YourCentralValley.com. The CBS 47 studio is sponsored by Donald P. Dick Air Conditioning. Get the latest in-home comfort and energy savings with Mr. Cool. Now, CBS 47 Eyewitness News begins with breaking news.
Good afternoon. I'm Madera Spab. Thanks so much for joining us on this Thursday. We do begin with breaking news this afternoon out of Selma. A middle school employee accused of having inappropriate relations with a student. 26-year-old Selena Perez faces several sex crime charges, including sexual battery and arranging a meeting with a minor under the age of 14. Selma police arrested her yesterday, and she was booked into the jail. She is no longer behind bars after posting a $75,000 bail and bonding out. The Selma Unified Superintendent released a statement today that says, quote, "We've been informed on April 10th that a female campus safety assistant has been accused of having inappropriate interactions with a female student. The employee who works at our middle school has been removed from campus by our campus school resource officer, who is a police officer working at the school site." The statement goes on to say support is being provided to families and students, and extra counselors are on campus. The Selma Unified School District says that Perez was a campus security officer at Abraham Lincoln Middle School. This is very much so a developing story. As we continue to learn more, we will update you on the air and online at YourCentralValley.com. You can also download the app. Also breaking news today, O.J. Simpson has died at the age of 76. Simpson was one of the most polarizing figures in American history after former football star was charged and later acquitted of the murder of his ex-wife, Nicole Brown Simpson. Now, he died after battling prostate cancer. His family says that he was surrounded by his children and grandchildren. The Simpson case has ties to the Valley. His former agent, Mike Gilbert, who you are seeing now, lived in Hanford. This is video from when I interviewed him for a story about stolen O.J. memorabilia back in 2019. We reached out to Gilbert today, who said, quote, "As everyone knows, O.J. was a complicated individual, and our relationship was a very long and varied one. I'm thinking of his family today and the people who loved him," end quote. Turning to weather, it's time to check in with our Anthony Bailey.
Good afternoon. It's turning out to be quite a lovely day across the Central Valley. Clear skies and those soaring temperatures out there. Let's start you off right now. Seeing a look at our Valley Cam network brought to you by Table Mountain Sky. We're taking a look at the CBS 47 studio cam with the skies over the Fresno area nice and clear, along with dry conditions, not only in the metro area, but most of the valley today. 77 in Fresno, same for Visalia, 75 in Merced, 66 degrees in Shaver, and we are tracking warmer conditions all across the valley. We'll hit the mid-80s through the drive time home today before cooling back into the 70s through the evening hours. Stick around, your full forecast coming up.
Moving to a developing story, a man is out of police custody at this hour after they say that he attempted to sexually assault a woman yesterday morning. Police say 34-year-old Shang Zhao walked in and attacked a woman and then tried to sexually assault her at a business on North Blackstone Avenue near Bullard and Barstow. She fought him off and escaped with bruises and scratches. The suspect ran off and was later arrested.
Well, we believe that this incident is an isolated incident. This is a great reminder for everyone in our community, for anyone that might be, whether they're going to work or to school, wherever, shopping, to make sure that we're not on our phones, be aware of our surroundings.
And weekend, Zhao did post bail and was released. He is still facing felony charges and will be back in court on April 24th. The driver who hit and killed a Fresno high school student will spend another year and a half behind bars. The judge sentenced 40-year-old Lisa Spores to the maximum 5 years in prison. Spores reached a plea deal with the district attorney back in February. Spores pleaded guilty to vehicular manslaughter in exchange for the murder and DUI charges being dropped in the case. Rashid Al-Hakim Jr. was killed in the crash. His family is devastated by the outcome of the case and wanted Spores to be in prison for life.
An opportunity to break someone else's family because mine is forever broken. Nothing in my life will ever be the same. I am not who I was, and life is not what it was. I will never get my son back. The least you can do is give him justice.
Though Spores was sentenced to 5 years in prison because of the time credit, Spores will only spend about 16 months behind bars for the crash. And that student was a Fresno high school student, actually attended Hoover High School. And for breaking news around the clock, you can download our app or head over to our website, yourcentralvalley.com. It's time for Meeting with the Mayors, a segment you will only see right here on CBS 47. This week, we are checking in with Kingsburg Mayor Brandon Purcell. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
You know, last time, obviously, I checked in with Vince, and now it's switched over to yourself. Talk about the transition and how it's been going.
You know, it's been great. I have, a great city council. They're very supportive. I'm very thankful that they chose to have me be their mayor.
Yeah, absolutely. And big congratulations. You just graduated from Quantico. Tell us about that experience and what you plan to bring to Kingsburg with that, and also with your law enforcement background. Many viewers might have seen you as your role as lieutenant with the sheriff's office.
Yeah, so it is two hats that I wear. Recently, I went to Quantico, Virginia for what's called the FBI National Academy. It's a 10-week intense leadership program that really tries to focus on being a better leader, being a better servant of the community, and just really trying to improve yourself so that you can better your organization.
How do you think that that will help in the role that you're in with Kingsburg as well, and taking an approach from your law enforcement background?
And in the city, we just have phenomenal staff. They really helped cover when I was away learning, and I'm able to bring back just some different ideas, just some different industry standards, because at the class in Quantico, we had about 200 students that were law enforcement professionals and leaders throughout the world, and we had 20 countries represented for that. It's a great thing. It's a great thing that they put on, and I was very fortunate to be able to attend it.
That's amazing. Speaking about recently, there's been a tragedy out of Kingsburg with that fatal house fire and those 2 young children passing away. First of all, so sad for the family, but for the community. We've seen it hit the community hard, but then really rally together. What's your message as you guys overcome such a terrible thing?
You know, especially in small towns, these tragedies really hit hard. And, our deepest condolences to the family. And our Kingsburg Fire Department, along with our CAL FIRE, did a phenomenal job responding. We're so thankful for them. We're so thankful for their service. It is our policy within the city that we follow up with both the families and with our firefighters and our first responders that had to go to that also. But what has been great to see come out of this horrible tragedy is just the way the community has come together. We have local nonprofits that have really reached out to the family. The school district has been phenomenal. And even some of our neighboring towns like the city of Selma have put together fundraisers. So it has been great to see, although this has been tragic, to see people just come together to help support the family.
Absolutely. What are your priorities as we head into the rest of the year, and what do you think needs to happen in Kingsburg to make the city even better?
Kingsburg is a very unique town. When a lot of towns are really trying to grow, expand, and boom, Kingsburg's really trying to hold on to our small town feel. We're incredibly proud of our downtown and the overall Kingsburg experience. If you come to downtown Kingsburg, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. We are a hallmark community, and we're really just trying to hold on to our heritage and our value structure.
Everybody talks about the Swedish festival. That's going to be coming up in May, I believe the second week. And so that's something that I'm sure you guys look forward to as a big economic boost. But what are some events that you want people to know about at home?
So yeah, the third Thursday in May, we're going to have the Swedish festival. That's a 3-day event. We encourage everybody to come out. I think that really showcases who we are as a town. It is celebrating our heritage, and we're real proud of that. Before that, though, on the 20th of this month, Saturday after next, we're going to be having a car show. And we have about 300 cars that come out. We block off downtown Kingsburg, and we have an amazing car show put on by the Chamber of Commerce. Such great staff work so hard to do that. But it's not just the car show. The night before, on that Friday, we have a cruise night. The Selma Auto Mall hosts an event where people can cruise down to downtown Kingsburg. We block off the streets. We have some 50s music that gets played, and we serve some drinks, have some food. It's just a great time. So I encourage people to come out both on Friday and Saturday for the car show and the cruise night.
Okay, so the 19th and the 20th,
Yes.
That's coming up.
It is.
Thank you so much for joining us. Do appreciate it.
Thank you, ma'am.
And for you at home, if you'd like to catch more of the Meeting with the Mayor segment, you can head over to our website, yourcentralvalley.com/Meeting with Mayors. We'll be right back after this.
Our day starts before the sun is up. At the desk, on the street. Eyewitness News this morning. Breaking news and immediate updates with Madeiras Bab. Pinpoint weather with Anthony Bailey for the day ahead. As events unfold, the Eyewitness News evening team provides investigative journalism with Brian Dorman and Catherine Herr. Pinpoint forecasts from Chief Meteorologist Lauren Wallace help plan your week. Award-winning, on-air, online, all day. CBS 47 Eyewitness News.
At Donald P. Dick, we aren't just HVAC specialists. We're a certified Lennox dealer. That means we offer the most energy-efficient products on the market, with savings you can see and perfect air you can feel. Your comfort is our passion, and we're with you every breath of the way. Enjoy great comfort and lower energy cost. Call Mr. Cool today and save on Lennox with special incentives and rebates from Donald P. Dick Heating and Air, 255-1644.
Join Planet Fitness and get energized with fitness that fits your budget. Never intimidating, always free fitness training and equipment for every workout. All in the judgment-free zone. Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends Friday, April 12th.
Car accident? Berg wins. I'm not sure I can afford a lawyer. Berg wins.
What if the insurance company offers this, but my medical bills are this?
Berg wins.
I need somebody to deal with the insurance company.
Berg wins.
I'm William Berg. When the insurance company tries to pay you less, we fight to win you more. And with our no-fee guarantee, if you don't win, you pay nothing.
My wife and I called. My cousin called.
My mom called.
All right, I'm ready to call.
Are you?
Call 1-800-400-BERG.
At Long John Silver's, you'll be hooked on our $6 shrimp baskets, whether they're fried to go to perfection or sizzling on a grill. And now get even more bang for your batter when you upgrade to Jumbo Shrimp. Make us your first mate and order ahead to skip the wait. Long John Silver's, fish yeah.
Boom! Just like that, I was hurt in a car accident.
Boom! Just like that, we can help you get your life back on track.
Over $930,000 for my case. Boom, baby!
Call us. We're the Law Brothers.
Call now or visit lawbrothers.com.
Join Planet Fitness and get energized with fitness that fits your budget. Never intimidating, always free fitness training and equipment for every workout. All in the judgment-free zone. Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends Friday, April 12th.
At the CBS Evening News, we focus on solutions, finding solutions to help people understand what are the right choices to make for you and your family.
New at noon, President Joe Biden joining the Japanese Prime Minister as he addressed a joint meeting of Congress. The Prime Minister met with top congressional leaders before the speech, and the U.S. and Japan have announced the launch of a new military-industrial council aimed at coordinating defense and weapons production in Japan. The announcement comes amid the backdrop of increasing tensions with China and North Korea. And now moving to a developing story, headed back to the office, a new state policy requires California state employees to work at least 2 days a week at the office. Starting June 17th, all state staff are required to spend those 2 days at work. The Newsom administration says working from home has brought a decline in foot traffic and revenue for downtown businesses and high office vacancy rates. State leaders say some exceptions will be allowed in a case-by-case basis. A new state bill would protect shelter pets from euthanasia. Well, the proposal would require shelters to notify the public up to 72 hours before a dog or cat is euthanized, as well as posting their euthanasia schedule daily onto the website or Facebook group.
When people know that animals' lives are at risk, lives can be saved.
In years past, similar bills have failed due to concerns that it could result in shelter overcrowding. Just a little over an hour ago, the Department of Justice announcing the former interpreter for the LA Dodgers, Kgpe Ohtani, will face federal charges. The former interpreter is being charged with bank fraud for allegedly stealing more than $16 million from Ohtani to finance his illegal sports betting scheme. New developments in the A's potential move to Las Vegas. Lawmakers are deciding whether or not Nevada taxpayers should pay $200 million of the $350 million it would take to build the new ballpark. The petition to allow voters to decide is being appealed to the state's highest court. If reinstated, the petition will need more than 100,000 signatures to get it on the ballot. Still to come on Eyewitness News at noon today, a local job fair going on right now. Over 20 local employers looking to fill positions. We'll take you there.
And weather-wise, we're continuing to track a warm-up all across the Central Valley. Stick around, the full forecast is straight ahead.
It's Abbott Elementary Week, and we put Shirley Ralph and Chris Perfetti to the test. National Spelling Bee champ, damn sure! We got this. I've lost already. Then the Wheelchair Poppy is pure motivation.
Today at 3, only on CBS 47.
Trust. It's important when picking an attorney. You must trust them. They'll be speaking for you. Injured in a car wreck? Trust the heavy hitter. The Curtis Legal Group. We live here, we work here, and we've helped thousands of people here.
Call 1-800-LAW-3080.
My childhood was tough. I didn't grow up in a warm, supportive home, so the trauma I went through led to something called toxic stress. But it's going to be different for my son. I'm giving him the protection he needs to defend against it. Learn more at first5california.com.
Do you own a house that you need to get out of quickly or needs costly repairs? No worries. Hi, I'm Dean with Home Helpers Group, and we buy houses for cash in any condition all over the Central Valley. We buy everything from vacant, damaged, or rented properties to homes in good condition that you just need to sell fast. All with no stress, no repairs, no commissions, and no fees. Give us a call today for a free cash offer. Call 559-888-5100.
Home Helpers Group, getting you cash in days.
The pictures you take last forever. Unfortunately, some people will look at those pictures and feel uncomfortable with their smile. If you're self-conscious about the way you look and uncomfortable with your smile, you don't have to live with it. At Morales Revitalized Dental Implant Center, our proven technology gives you implant teeth and the beautiful smile you've always wanted in a day. Whether it's for a wedding, family portrait, big event, or even a selfie, we will have you smiling for the camera in no time. Change your smile, change your life at Morales Revitalized Dental Implant Center in Clovis.
At First Steps Recovery, I found the support I needed.
I found new passions and new friends.
I found a different way of living.
At First Steps Recovery, we're here to help guide you through the entire process of recovering from addiction. From that first phone call to transitioning to a lower level care, we provide compassion, attention, and support every step of the way.
At First Steps Recovery, I was able to heal.
Take the first step. Call the experts at First Steps Recovery today.
The Honda you want is here, so drive in the moment with the versatile CR-V or Accord. Both named a Car and Driver 10 Best. And when you drive a Honda, you're driving with the 2023 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into your local Honda dealer today.
Trust. It's important when picking an attorney. You must trust them. They'll be speaking for you. Injured in a car wreck? Trust the heavy hitter. The Curtis Legal Group. We live here, we work here, and we've helped thousands of people here.
Call 1-800-LAW-3080.
Men and women both face factors that can impede normal hair growth and trigger hair loss. Well-Rooted Hair and Scalp Clinic has helped thousands of happy patients address hair loss and scalp disorders. Book your free consultation and get your hair loss under control. Scan now for details.
Slice fresh sandwiches for the
your CBS 47 pinpoint weather forecast.
Good afternoon. I'm Anthony Bailey here with the check of your forecast. We are tracking, of course, a calm and warm weather across the area, and we're going to see more of it here the day ahead. Let's start you off right now to look outside. It is our Valley Cam Network brought to you by Table Mountain Sky. You can see here the scattered clouds out in the distance, of course, and we're looking at pretty quiet conditions across most of the southwest on today. No measurable wet weather anywhere in this part of the U.S. Temperatures on the rise. 77 degrees right now in Fresno, 79 for Lemoore and also in Los Banos, 75 degrees in Merced, and we're tracking 60s across the higher elevations. Well, the temperatures, of course, have been a little bit warmer than they were this time yesterday, and we're going to see that temperature trend continue for the days ahead. Clear conditions right up and down that 99 corridor, and there is, more in the way of warm weather on the way to come, not only today, but we'll see it repeated again for tomorrow. Air quality back in the good range across the valley. And yes, you can see temperatures up to the lower 80s for you. As you travel, of course, across the area yesterday, we'll see 80s again for today. Normal high for this time of year back in the low 70s. And yes, warmer days are on the way. As you can see, above normal temperatures are really what we're kind of hanging our hat on both today and tomorrow. It's not until the weekend that we begin to see some cooler conditions on the way for Saturday and into Sunday with high pressure beginning the weekend. And we'll see that next low pressure center move in this direction and bringing some rain with it. In fact, by Saturday afternoon, a little bit before lunchtime, I should say, there we'll start to see some light showers moving in. Gets a little heavier through the course of the middle of the day and early afternoon hours. By evening, it begins to kind of taper off, and then we'll see some more rain in overnight before clearing out for your Sunday morning. Outside of Fresno for today, pleasant weather and mid-80s from Merced to Visalia, 65 on the way for your Shaver area and 77 degrees for the Yosemite Valley. A look at that extended forecast shows quite the roller coaster ahead, folks. We're looking at 80s giving way to the 60s as you head into, of course, the weekend. We're looking at upper 60s on the way for Monday with overnight lows back into the 40s. Now, your extended forecast is showing temperatures back in the mid-60s for today, upper 50s on the way for tomorrow, and then we drop off into the 40s for Saturday and Sunday with overnight lows back into the 20s. Here you have it, of course, mountains, of course, is where we're going to be tracking that snow at. We'll see plenty of that around as well. A lot of folks are bracing for the snow right around the 5,000 to 5,500 foot mark is where we'll see that at, with 40s or daytime highs and the overnight lows back into the 20s.
Saturday is going to be the sticky day out of the week.
A lot of stuff going on around the area, and we're going to factor that in. It's going to get pretty interesting out there for sure.
Yes, it is. Well, happening right now, a local job fair being held at the Manchester Center in Fresno. Fresno County Social Services, along with the Economic Development Corporation, putting on the event that features over 20 local employers looking to fill positions. Today, you can apply for positions ranging from manufacturing, sales, office administration, and more, and maybe even walk away with a job.
You know, can't guarantee it, but I wouldn't be surprised if we had a few on-the-spot hires today.
All right, the job fair goes until 1 o'clock. This is the Fresno County EDC's first fair since the pandemic, and they plan to hold even, of course, larger ones in the future.
That's great to see. I mean, who doesn't love maybe walking away with the job?
Yeah, maybe some jobs you didn't even think about that were open, and there you have it.
Even if you don't walk away with the job, such a good interviewing practice.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly that. Yeah.
Well, still to come on Eyewitness News at noon, you're seeing that right. The Mr. Monopoly making a stop in Fresno today. We'll tell you why when we come back.
New CBS Tonight.
Who's this tall drink of water?
Ma'am.
Oh, biscuits and gravy. You're a ghost.
I am a poltergeist, which is a ghost attached to a person instead of a place.
A special ghost guest, guest ghost, is checking into Woodstone B&B.
Of all locales I've been to, why, you're the most breathtaking sight I've ever seen.
Wow, are we in Nebraska? Because that was corny.
And what?
A new Ghosts tonight, part of all new CBS Spring on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
If you've been injured in a car accident, call the firm Northern Californians have trusted for over 40 years. Get Berg, 1-800-400-BERG. 1-800-400-BERG.
You hear that? Now that's a perfect crust. Baked on a bed of cornmeal in our fire brick ovens. That's why it's always so crisp.
Mianettes, a better way to pizza.
Medicare benefits, Medicare supplemental plans or Advantage plans, Medicare prescription drug plans. How are you supposed to understand it all? At Valley Caregiver Resource Center, we know Medicare can be confusing. That's why we offer HICAP, the Health Insurance Counseling and Advocacy Program. Our HICAP counselors will help you understand your options, and assistance is free, objective, and confidential. Call HICAP now to schedule your appointment with our trained experts. We're here to help.
At Donald P. Dick, we aren't just HVAC specialists. We're a certified Lennox dealer. That means we offer the most energy-efficient products on the market, with savings you can see and perfect air you can feel. Your comfort is our passion, and we're with you every breath of the way. Enjoy great comfort and lower energy cost. Call Mr. Cool today and save on Lennox with special incentives and rebates from Donald P. Dick Heating and Air, 255-1644.
Hungry for a big night? Rally's delivers the flavor with the 2 for $6. Yeah.
The new Tangled Barbecue Swiss Burger or Fully Loaded Fry Burger. Any two, just $6.
Let's go.
And try new Buford Bites. Our Big Buford in snackable bites.
Rally's, that's how we roll.
If you've been injured in a car accident, call the firm Northern Californians have trusted for over 40 years. Get Berg. 1-800-400-BERG. 1-800-400-BERG.
This is CBS 47 Eyewitness News.
Welcome back, and this next story is quite exciting. A new version of Monopoly is set to be released later this year, and you can help create it.
Yeah, get ready for it. That's because it's going to be a Fresno edition of Monopoly. Now, Mayor Dyer and Mr. Monopoly announcing the exciting news just moments ago. This is the first Hasbro official version of the game to feature Fresno landmarks, restaurants, and cultural staples. Now, the email address to submit property name ideas can be found on our website, yourcentralvalley.com.
What is your suggestion?
I think that you got to go with some of the mom and pop restaurants like Mega Texas and some of those other places around town. Also, I mean, there's so much historic stuff in downtown as well that it'd be great to see some of that.
I mean, I feel like you have to have City Hall on there because it looks like a spaceship,
so
right?
Yeah.
Maybe the Fulton Mall because that's so iconic.
And the Save Mart Center as well. That's where everybody goes for all their great sporting events now in town.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, there'll be some great weather for getting out sightseeing today. Whether you're going to be here in the Valley floor or up in the mountains, we're talking 80s today and again for tomorrow. We will see 60s for Saturday and Sunday with those overnight lows back into the 40s. And if you're getting ready for the weekend, still a few days out, but we'll see those temperatures dropping. Going to be a cold one. 66 today, down to 44 degrees on Saturday with overnight lows back into the 20s.
We're going to see that dip in temperatures. It's going to feel quite extreme because it's a nice day.
You've got weekend events going on as well.
I do on Sunday, though. On Sunday. So that's going to be good.
By then.
Yes. Yeah. So thank gosh it's not on Saturday.
Bundle up for sure.
Have a great day, Anthony. Have a great day, you at home. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
Your health is our focus. That's why we're telling stories that inspire, educate, and promote wellness. Stories straight from our own community. Join us each week for MedWatch Today, Sunday on CBS 47.
At Ashley Spring Semi-Annual Sale, you can spring into savings with Hot Buys $7.99 and under. Plus, shop our Spring Sofa Sale with 0% interest until April 2029 on in-store purchases. Hurry in and meet the all-new Ashley today.
This is the Curtis Legal Group's Power of More. If you get injured in a car crash, you're going to want to have it. It means you'll get more attention, more service, and more money.
We have the power to get you more than you expect and quicker.
We never ask you for money, and we don't get paid until you win.
Injured in a car wreck, call the Curtis Legal Group.
The heavy hitters, and get your power of more.
The heavy hitters are the way to go. Call 1-800-LAW-3080.
Rain, rain, go away. Come again to the Kgpe Palace the first 3 Fridays and Saturdays in April. It's a rainfall of riches where you could be showered with your share of over $200,000 in cash. Play with your Premier Club card, earn 100 points, and you could be drawn to win up to $5,000 in cash. Get soaked with cash in Rainfall of Riches. Only at the Kgpe Palace Casino Resort in Lemoore.
Injured? The insurance company has you right where they want you, hurt and helpless. Their job is to keep us.
Today, protect you and your family. Visit any of our community health centers.
Go to yourcentralvalley.com/pros who know for more expert advice.
Brian, Catherine, and Lauren, weekdays starting at 4 p.m.